name is Louis, aka Louis the Frenchman Monette, and you're watching, obviously, Schmoedown 9 in Canada. Now, before we start, I just want to talk and take 2 seconds to mention that here on Schmoes of the North, we're on a path. We're at 68 views. Our goal for the end of the month is to be at a 100. Help us reach that goal. It takes 2 seconds. Click subscribe. Help us be on our way to be 100. And next thing you know, we might be even on 1,000 subscribers. So that being said, we got a jam-packed show today. On today's show, as usual, I got my boys, Mr. Dave, Mr. Soda. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great, Lou. How about you?
Yeah, day off again, thank God. But again, as I mentioned off here, car troubles. Day 2 of after buying them. Yay.
Yep.
All right, so I'm ready to go. I'm half tipsy, ready to talk about Schmoedown.
Yeah, you must be tipsy if you call it Schmoedown.
I love you, Soda. You're my best friend. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so Schmoedown talk. Let's go right into it. We're going to talk about the match that was this week. It was a really good match. Not the most amazing match, but probably our last team match for a little while, right?
Nope. I think the next one is a team match, and that's done. Oh no, that was the last one. Yeah, it was the last one. Never mind. I thought we had one more to go.
I'm tipsy, not dumb. All
Sorry.
right.
Jury's still out. No, I thought it was we had one more to go, but no, that is the last one for a while because they said the logistics of doing it over streamers like this is just too hard.
Yeah. Although, thank you, Dave. I'm not just tipsy and dumb. I'm one of the. Nah, who cares what you say? That being said,
we do because he can cut off our mics.
Yeah, we give Dave way too much power. Way too much power.
Yes, we do. Anyways, come on.
All right. But yeah, for the match itself, it sucks as the last teams match because we're getting to the juicy part. I wanted really to see the outcome and then to have like the next matches having the pairing because we're getting to something really interesting here. Like the new teams that are rising through and maybe have a potential title shot eventually down the road, you know? And yet it gets cut short, very fast.
Yeah, and like what's interesting is like in the past when teams are thrown together, most of the time you could definitely see that it took a little bit, like a couple matches to kind of find, to click, get the cohesion. Nowadays, though, because not just of the faction, just because the people who are joining the league now have been watching the league for the most part for a long time. They've already been on text chains before they debut. They've already been practicing. They've already been strategizing. So they are at a better advantage now, and that is probably the main reason why a lot of them are really, really good right off the bat.
You got no choice, right? Because if you're not, you're gonna get cut pretty fast. So look at how many competitors there are.
Yeah,
it's a dominate or be dominated league right now. So you really have no choice to really know your game. If not, you're just not gonna get played. And also, it hurts my heart. I was as much as I love right now Silverstreeny. I find she's awesome. I really was rooting for Real Rejects because, again, they are our, squash berries of the league. And I love you, Dave. And I was really rooting for them because they're awesome. And I really want also the Quirky Mercs to have a chance. Because to think about it, at the beginning of the season, if you go back to the polls on Schmoes of the North Facebook page, they were in the top contention of who people thought are going to win the season. Now they're like almost last or before last. So they need something right now. And although Real Rejects is not the main staple, they actually had an interesting match last time, and they are veterans. So I was really rooting for them to continue that on. And nope.
Yeah, no, that's the thing about the Real Rejects. They're definitely like the lovable underdogs you want to win, even though they more than likely will not. Yeah, they definitely are a good team that just can't quite get to the finish line.
Yeah, it's always like close but no cigar,
Yeah, exactly.
Which sucks because they deserve, Although I do find one person's carrying the other person,
Oh, really? You think? Let me guess. Humphrey's carrying Alba?
Yeah, Alba is the charisma of the
Yeah,
team, right? He's the presence, the energy, the lovable teddy bear, you know. And
the
Humphrey
pants
is,
pisser.
yeah, there you go. But Humphrey is the kind of the brains, like the one who has a bit more knowledge. Look
Mhm.
at what he did in free for all. That being said, I sadly think, as much as I love Real Rejects, with a 2-6 record now, you got to split them up. Humphrey deserves a better teammate.
Maybe, but I wouldn't split them up. Just I don't know. They're that's the thing. They are a good team, and when Alba, the thing is with Alba, it seems like he takes it seriously, but not totally seriously. And I think if he were to actually take it seriously, they would be a formidable team.
And that's my issue.
Well, now that's also the thing where the manager comes in, right?
Exactly, but you see, that was the issue with Silverstream and Devon, right? Silverstream is full into it. She's a competitor, and Devon, yeah, cool, but wasn't really taking that seriously. And now look at Silverstream now with Ben Goddard. That being said, yes, she advanced, and yes, like what Dave said, you have to have a team for fun.
Yeah,
I agree, but that case, Humphrey's being wasted on the same time because he has a lot of potential.
he does, but I don't know if like again I can't speak for the guy, but I don't know if he would want to do that. You know what I mean?
Or you do an alternate. You do, yes, you keep Alba and Humphrey in, but have them almost as a team of three. Like the really important ones, you put in someone else, and then you switch with Alba when it's just a fun matches, like opening a live event. You have the original
Okay.
Real Rejects, but then when it comes to tournaments, you put in a real competitor. So you have almost a mascot for fun, but you have also an alternate to have for real points, real competition.
Yeah, that would be interesting. There really I don't think has ever been a Freebird type again wrestling reference from the wrestling guy here. I don't think there's ever been the Freebird or New Day type team. So yeah, that could be an interesting idea. Yeah,
Dave,
yeah.
Dave actually makes a good point. Team heroes, although
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think it was intentional. And the Waggers,
And
again,
the Wangers, yeah.
I don't think it was intentional. But it does set a precedent. It is possible. Now, just if you're willing to do so, and if there's strategy behind it, you have for fun, and then you have for competition, it could work.
Yeah, no, fair enough. That is a definitely intriguing idea, but it's just unfortunately, I don't think it's one that's going to come to fruition. I honestly don't see the Real Rejects splitting up unless they lose every match from here on out, and they have to.
But not splitting up, adding an addition, right? Because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
already on a faction. Like, just remind me, Dave, who are the people who are not on a team right now that could join up as a Freebird or New Day type of team? Well, yeah.
So you could have recently they picked up Perry Nemiroff, but it looks like she's going to be teamed up with Haley Fouch.
Oh, perfect.
Then
Witching Hour.
Tim Franco is also on that team. Originally, it seemed like he was going to be teamed with Haley Fouch, but now with Perry joining, he could be an interesting addition now. There's one. The other players are on their squad are Shazam. Mara is technically still on their squad despite not playing, and Joseph Scrimshaw, and Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith could be a real reject.
Oh,
he could be, but you know who I think would probably be a better fit? Like this is going to the Freebird thing. Somebody who's like the muscle would be Tim Franco. I think he probably would be a better fit.
Tim Franco. Tim Franco is the best name for Freebird.
Yeah, no, because like if you're doing, again, I'm going to keep using the wrestling analogy just because all I know. But if you're going to do the Freebird New Day type thing, you definitely have like your utility players in Buddy Roberts and PSAs for the Freebirds and Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston for the New Day, and then you have to have your heavy hitters, which would be Terry Bam Bam Gordy and Big E, and in this case it could be Tim Franco, someone who you could pair up and definitely get the most points with, but also go on his own and possibly have a good singles run. So that he would probably be the best fit from what they have.
All right, and let's switch it up. The Pride. Who would have thought Ben Goddard is almost a flagship guy for the Pride,
Right?
and Silver Srini is finally paired up with someone like, again, very underrated interview. If you haven't watched it yet, please watch it because you learn a lot about that woman. That Silver Srini deserved Ben Goddard. She has such a hunger for the game that it's about time she's paired up with someone who understands the game and not just be like, "Hey, I'm present. Yeah, I'm funny." No, really takes it seriously. So I'm happy for her because they are on a roll right now.
Yeah, I'm going to call it now. Ben Goddard, Rookie of the Year.
Barbarian.
Nah, okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Goddard.
I think for me, Barbarian or Parker, because right now we haven't seen it yet. But when the tournaments start up, Ben Goddard is nominated but not winning.
Now, but here's the thing: Goddard is a multi-league player, whereas Parker is just the one league. And if Goddard can stay, fairly dominant in multiple leagues, he's got it locked up. That's the advantage he has.
Okay, you make a good point.
Yeah.
But here's my point. Parker is going to dominate the league so much in IG that you can't ignore the fact that no one else is his caliber. So if no one else is of his caliber, except maybe for Smets, and even then, that is, a good favor on his side for Rookie of the Year because he's going to change the game. You're going to, like I keep repeating myself, you're going to have no misses in round 2, and you have to have a perfect game and get your bonus in round 1. Even have a shot to beat the guy. So that's Rookie of the Year material for me.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And in any other year, that probably would have been the case. But again, just because Ben Goddard is, I guess, at this point, a 3-league player, that's good. And, he's been playing very well in all 3. That's definitely going to go in his favor. And just also the thing is, the fans are the ones the Patreons, I should say, are generally the ones that vote for these things. So it probably will be Parker, but if it were me, I'd say Goddard.
It's funny, right? Because while we were saying that, even on Schmoedown North, I do a couple of polls here and there, and a lot of people still don't get Parker is the real deal, right? They keep going, he's gonna fade out. You'll see.
Yeah, well, he's only played one match too, and a lot of those fans, these are guys on our Facebook page, don't watch the fan leagues.
Yeah, but again, and I see that on the Schmoedown Facebook group. People don't seem to be on board with Parker. So when it comes to voting, and it comes from the fans, it might actually go against Parker because I think there's a stigma when it comes to the fan leagues.
Maybe, but again, with another wrestling metaphor, it's kind of like the hardcore fans know who Parker is, and I got a feeling they're the ones that are going to propel him to the win if he does win.
It's not an if, it's when.
Okay.
It's when.
You want to make a bet?
Oh yeah, I'll put in a free pizza and a whole bottle of Molson.
Okay, and I will do the same.
All right, but a free pizza?
Oh yeah, well, I can offer that. Well,
hey, offer me hardware material. I'll be good.
Hardware material, like for this?
No, I mean for the house. We have a couple of rentals to do.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I would, except all home hardwares are independently owned, and I cannot do that. Otherwise, I totally fucking would.
All right, but no, okay, we're getting off track. But yeah, Parker is the real deal. But again, we diverge. We're sorry about that. Although being said, who do you think is the Pride gonna face up against?
The Pride, I think, would actually be a good match against Final Exam.
I don't think Final Exam's gonna pass. I think
really?
They're gonna. I think
pun intended.
Yeah, I think honestly, it's gonna be Deep 13. Final Exam, they're good. I love them to death. Something in my gut says the combination of Deep 13, of Cyborg, and Duralde is a scary thing.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
A scarier thing than Oyama and Lon Harris. As much as I love the people, again, if you haven't seen the interview with Cyborg, please check it out. But what my interview with Cyborg, something I understood is Cyborg is knowledgeable, right? Duralde is the professor. Duralde is like the man who's seen it all, who's been around all. And even Whitney is a bit nervous to perform. They'd be like, I have to be at his level. So, and we haven't seen that much of Duralde, but I have a feeling when he explodes, when he's on point, he's going to be on point.
Yeah, and you're more than likely right that it will be the Deep 13 in advance. But I mean, this was like, who would you like to see? I would like to see Final Exam just for the fun factor. But yeah, you're right. It's probably going to be Deep 13 advancing.
What about Real Rejects? Who do you think is gonna be next?
Um, Real Rejects. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Cuckoo's Mess if they're still around.
I think, yeah, I don't know. Dave, any input of potential maybe rookie teams or teams we haven't seen recently we'd see?
So I don't think we will see, even if they start filming teams matches again tomorrow. I think it will be a while before we see Real Rejects back in there.
Yeah,
This is just hypothetical.
Hypothetically, I think Cuckoo's Mess is actually a really good choice.
Okay.
Either them or the Wicked would also be an interesting one to see them play because Real Rejects is a team all about having fun, and they were just so deadly serious that it would be interesting to see those two styles conflict. But also, Lou, you're crazy. Final Exam is going to crush Deep 13.
Final Exam is going to be drunk the day before their exam and flunk. They're not going to make it. I love Final Exam, but again, there's something about the historians in Deep 13, and it's Whitney Seibold's year, or next year, all depending, But he hasn't had the luck, but he has the skill. They never landed before, but what I seen before, like to beat Tom and Paul, they were the favorites, and to beat them the way they did too. It's not like they barely beat them or it was low score. Any given day, Tom and Paul would have won with that score they had. I think it's in the 30s.
Yeah.
So this is a team to look out for, and people forget because they were a very early team in a very early part of the season. But they did some damage, and they are there to play.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Would you say that Whitney Seibold's probably been the unluckiest player in the league?
No, Hugh,
really?
Oh yeah, Hugh, because Hugh is another one that should be better than he is. He is a geek master himself, for Christ's sakes, and he had good matches, just does not have luck, and maybe doesn't understand strategy. And the experiment is
But also the thing with Hoik is when he was the Geek Master, when he was dominant, it wasn't like it is now, man. There wasn't that many trivia masters competing.
No,
when he was the OG, like it was a very sparse field.
But you can see the knowledge in him.
Oh, for sure.
You just need to put him with, maybe not Ashley, but you put him with the Godfather. If he would not be retired, it would have been a whole different story.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You don't have to do what they're doing with Deep 13. You have to put him with another movie historian, which the Godfather is.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Fair enough. It's fair enough. I honestly, because I haven't seen him all that much, he's not someone that came to mind.
But there's these types of players, like for me, Deep 13 are two historians. You got, your comedy people, you got like people who are specific in a couple of categories, but then you got people who are generally knowledgeable in a lot of things, may not like excel in one specific thing, except maybe for Oscars, etc. But they have such a wide knowledge that they can pull out answers like, where the hell did you? I never heard of this movie, So Hugh is one to watch for, but he has to be better paired. That being said, as Dave pointed out, he's being a good producer. I'm talking too much. Yay. So I'm going to go back in, Dave's cave. Going to go chill a bit. Dave, come on up. Bring me out.
Oh my God! Thank God we got rid of that.
Yeah,
guy,
finally
right?
we got rid of
Come on!
We got rid of him. Yeah,
this guy.
He can go drink somewhere else.
Thank God he can drink at the green room.
Yeah, exactly. All right, go ahead.
Soda. Brandon Hanna has been saying some shit, hasn't he?
Yes, the Hitman has been firing shots. Yesterday, a video dropped of him calling out pretty much everybody on his team that said they had faith in him, calling out the Call to Action podcast as pretty much kiss asses. Who else did he call out? I think that was it in the video. And then today, on Twitter, he lambasted Sabrina Ramirez. He's lambasted the Flirted Flouse himself, Brett Sheridan. Like, he went after everybody. Yeah, that was a mistake. You do not go after the world-renowned Vertenflaus.
Oh, you cannot not do that. I gotta say, I love what he's doing right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big fan of all of this.
Yeah, 100% with you. It is a great new take on his character. He's got the potential to be a great heel. Like, here's an example. Like, he tweeted at Kate Mulligan, like, shouldn't you be reaching out to Christian for relevance? I mean, the only reason people are talking about you right now is because of me. A year from now, you'll be nothing more than a forgotten co-host. Hashtag Saul sucks. Hashtag so does your stand-up. Like,
yeah, that's great. I also love that he's hashtagging 80% in all of his stuff, just to put out like, hey, I'm a good player, and I should have been in that tournament.
Yeah, and then like here he went after call to action after they did a response to his video. Damn, look at these wannabe losers who talk smack because they can't compete on the actual show. What do they do instead? They rip off movie fights and rename it to sound like an inappropriate Showtime after hours show. Your show sucks. Hashtag Saul sucks. Hashtag 80%. Like, man, he's just scorching the earth.
And if I may for a second, Brandon, we'd love to have you come on the show. I hope you don't think we're losers. Please, I think me and Soda, big fans of what you're doing right now.
Yeah, 100%. And
Lou is doing something. I think he's saying he's a fan of yours too. I think so.
Okay. Yeah, no, we would definitely love to have you on. It would be a great conversation. I promise you I will feed you all the bullets you want. And the last one that he did, again, was to Flirtenflaus. Oh, and while we're talking about Harloff pity cases, how long before this buffoon is exposed? 1-0? Bonnie was sick that day. It shouldn't have counted. This is who you people love? God, and we wonder why Tiger King was a #1 show. You were all idiots. Hashtag 80%. Hashtag the Flirtin' Fool.
That's my favorite hashtag.
Yeah.
The Flirtin' Fool. It's just so great. I hope he does this. I hope he continues to do this until, as long as he is playing, I hope he does this.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%, and it's going to be interesting going in, because if I'm not mistaken, this is a little bit of sneak preview to what's going on later. Isn't his first round match against Saul?
It is against Saul.
Yeah, and from what I've been hearing from people I've been talking to, Saul is hungry, almost as hungry as Hannah. So this should be a killer match.
Well, to be fair, Brandon Hannah has, and I know we won't be breaking down the entire IG tournament today. But Brandon has everything to lose, and Saul has everything to prove, because he was put into this as the #1 den pick. Goddard's having to do a play-in game.
Yeah, which is surprising.
Well, Kate said that she wanted to make sure all her boys were playing, which I think is not a great way to manage. But I'm not a manager, so it's neither here nor there. It's about getting the points. But Brandon Hannah, love it, and I hope this goes on for a long, long time.
Yeah, 100%. If he keeps at this, he definitely could be a star along the lines of Kalinowski.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. But
yeah, it would be great.
Let's do what I was brought on to talk about. The Star Wars tournament starts when this episode drops today.
Yeah, exactly. So you want to break down the bracket? You have the bracket in front of you?
I have the bracket in front of me.
Beauty.
While you were bringing up tweets, I was bringing up brackets.
Right on. We work well together. I don't know about other guy, but we do.
I know. This guy. Yeah. What am I doing with him? This should be the way the show is run. So the first match is Molly Damon of The Usual Suspects, a big pickup in free agency, against Adam Witt of the Dungeon.
Yeah. Who do you have?
Adam, it's interesting because I actually think I have Adam Witt in this match.
Oh, really? I'm going with Molly Damon.
See, I think that is the popular and probably the right choice.
Yeah.
I look at Witt because before the Laura Kelly interview that you and I did, I went back and watched the Sean Sullivan Adam Witt match just to get a feel for what the season was looking at right now.
Yeah.
And Adam Witt should have won that match. But he played himself by only writing down Hyperdrive instead of Hyperdrive Motivator, by saying Cloud Rider instead of Emphas Nest just because he's not listening to the question. And if what Kaiser has been saying on all kinds of different platforms, Wit has become way more into the game since his loss and has been trying to get better. So I don't think we'll see those mistakes. Molly, I think, is probably the person in this tournament she's up there in terms of knowledge with Scrimshaw and Ken.
Yo, no kidding.
But I look at her Atlanta 5-way, and then I'm a big Star Wars Explained fan, so I watch all their videos and stuff. She doesn't seem to have the recall that it requires in the Schmoedown.
Okay.
That quick recall, which I think if this was just straight knowledge, she may be the number one. But in this match, I got to take Wit.
So I have only seen a few episodes of Star Wars Explains, but did she come across that way on that show also? Because I'm thinking it might just have been, the stage, the lights, and all that jazz that got to her that day. But, I mean, is her recall on Explained?
Well, they do a weekly Q&A and stuff, and definitely she's taking more pauses, and that could just be a comfortability on camera thing. Mm-hmm. But also she's taking what was that guy's name again and stuff. But now, to be fair, she's 100% being trained by this undisputable Star Wars GOAT. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if she got better. But as of right now, I got to go Wit.
Nope, fair enough. So right off the bat, we've got a split one.
Oh boy, that would be interesting. Next, going down the bracket is Joseph Scrimshaw versus Andrew DeMolanta. Who do you got there?
I'm going to go with the old workhorse Scrimshaw.
Yeah, we are not going to have a split this time. I 100% agree that with Joseph Scrimshaw. He's a super knowledgeable guy, and he's one of only two people to even play Damon close. So
yeah, exactly. So he's got that going for him, and also, he does a Star Wars book podcast with the guy who wrote the book on Star Wars, who we'll get to in a little bit. It's just he's got too much knowledge, and that's why I think he's going to go.
Also, similar to a couple weeks ago when I was talking about Zipper and just the dungeon needs a win. The Quirky Mercs need this win.
Yeah, they 100% do.
Okay. So next to the bracket, we got Laura Kelly versus Sean Sullivan.
Laura Kelly.
What do you got here? Oh, Laura Kelly. Yeah. Easy.
She's my girl. After our interview, it's I'm a fan. I'm rooting for her. I love her. So, she's my girl.
I agree with you. And I think you go back to that Wit match, Sean Sullivan, he was not putting up the numbers that I think he won because Adam Witt lost.
Yeah.
But Laura Kelly, from everything we've seen, super knowledgeable. She's got a lot of potential. And I think she's going to get this done. And she's actually my pick to win the whole tournament.
Yeah, spoilers, she's also mine. And let's not forget, though, she's the only one to have taken Damon to the limit.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, then we get to the final part of the bracket, which has Ken Knapsack of the Burning Droogs now going up against either Ace Cabrera or Josh Quevedo. So let's go with the playing game between Ace and Josh. What are you looking at there?
I'm going to go with Ace only because I do not know anything about Josh Quevedo. I'm going with just familiarity thing here.
See, and maybe I'm getting a little spicy. Maybe I'm high on my own supply right now, but I'm feeling Josh Quevedo. I don't know anything about him, but Ace just has such terrible Schmoedown luck. Mm-hmm. He's part of the Wangers. He has he plays in IG first match. It's up against Parker. I would not be surprised. And from what Roxy has been talking Josh up a lot. So I think maybe I'm just buying into that. Maybe I'm just buying into that. But I think Josh has got this.
Nope, fair enough. So we're split on that one. So who do you think would win between Knapsack and either one of those? I got to go with Knapsack.
Here's the thing. I agree with you. Knapsack's a super knowledgeable guy. Yeah. He is a former champion. He's the first champion, and also, if you saw his video, he's got something to prove.
Yeah, he's the guy that wrote the book on Star Wars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, we don't need to break down any more of the round by round because that would just get folding doors in on itself. But we both think Laura Kelly is going to be winning the tournament.
Yeah, 100%.
Who do you think she's going to be playing though?
She what side? What side? What
So it
bracket?
will be either. So based on what you said, it will
Yeah.
either be Damon or Scrimshaw.
You know what? I think it'd be Kelly. It's gonna be Kelly versus Damon.
Kelly v
That's
Damon.
gonna be a badass match.
And I'm going Kelly v Scrimshaw.
Okay.
And Lou, he didn't want to be a part of this conversation, but he wanted to make sure that we knew his thoughts on the winner. So here's Lou.
Yeah, these guys are done. All right, perfect. So, me, it's simple. No, don't mute my mic.
Don't skip it.
Don't mute my mic. Yeah,
Thought
that
about
being said,
Thought
I
about
really think it's going to be Scrimshaw versus Kelly. I'm going to go for the upset here. Scrimshaw's going to win, but it's going to be match of the year.
Okay.
Wow.
Match of the year. Yeah. I think this Star Wars tournament is finally going to bring out the big guns, and now people are really studying Star Wars. It's going to make for incredible matches, but that last match, and again, I think it's going to be Scrimshaw versus Kelly. Kelly is a beast. Like, my mind got blown when we learned about the fact that she just got into Star Wars 3-4 years ago, and she's that good. So imagine with her studying even more. Woo. But Scrimshaw, there's something about him, that Jedi in him is he has the Jedi of the past with him right now, and he's gonna dominate. He is all Jedi. So
Scrimshaw is the Obi-Wan of the Star Wars League.
Yeah, definitely. And although I do think we're gonna see Scrimshaw versus Damon, Damon's gonna win, sadly. Because I again, it's like the Patriots run. After a while, you just want to see a change.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see a change. I don't think we're going to see one, though.
Yeah, I want to see Kelly versus Damon again, just because I think we're going to have a similar outcome to what happened with Above the Line and the Patriots, right?
Now,
and the second time the Patriots won the Above the Line won. So I want to see that.
Yeah, so that being said, that pretty much wraps it up. Before we go, though, hey, Soda, you've been busy.
Yeah, so I just did a guest spot on SEN Afterlife with my man Jay Wade. It's a little bit of behind the curtain. We record this on Sunday, and the episode dropped this morning. It's like SEN Afterlife normally is just a thing just around all schmoes, but we went a deep dive, a 2.5-hour deep dive into the Schmoedown. It was a great time. I can't wait to go on again. He definitely wants to bring you two schmoes on. So yeah, give it a listen. Like I said, it was a hoot. I can't wait to go back on. Yeah, so go ahead and give that a listen.
Definitely. And also, if you're not aware, what are you doing? Day before, we got Mr. Numbers, the OG podcaster of Schmoedown himself, Frankie Janish, on. It was an amazing, and as you said it before, Dave, I think it's probably your favorite interview so far.
It was a great interview. It's really, if you don't watch it because he's not a competitor and he's not a manager, all I can say to you is you're a moron and you should watch it.
Yes. That being said, again, may I remind, subscribe. We're on a path for 100, eventually 1,000, eventually 1 million, but it's our start. So please support us, okay? Yeah, but please support us. We are just beginning. We are getting some traction, and this is the more you support us, the more we can give you better content, better interviews, and very original ideas that we're working on right now to really bring a new twist to the way we view Schmoedown. So that being said, where can we find you, Dave?
You can find me at Leaves Me Alone on Twitter, at Baby James Lees on Instagram, and come join the Schmoes of the North Facebook page. You probably already are, but tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your dog. Everyone come to Schmoes of the North.
And you, Soda?
I echoing exactly what Dave just said about Schmoes of the North. You can find me at Instagram and Twitter at soda_the_saxman. If you're involved in like Roka's Patreon or Merle's Patreon or any of those Patreons of people that are involved in this league, you usually find me on the Discord service there also, just talking shop. So yeah, just like as Dave said, click and subscribe to Schmoes of the North, and we got a lot of big plans, so hopefully we can bring them to fruition.
A lot of big plans, a lot of ambition. Hey, nomination for podcast of the year was our goal and is where we're at, and we're gonna get it. Probably not win. Hey, you never know. That being said, you can find me hiding behind my my work desk because clients are mean and they're hungry, and I have a lot of work to do. So that being said, I'm off to bed. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.
Peace.
Bye. I don't think you're morons.